Hi everyone! For today I have prepared 4 bookmarks, and for the first one I will start by heat embossing these circles from the stamp set called Borderline. I have used some glittery embossing powder, but you can go either with clean one, white one, or actually any color that you feel like. Now I will start blending my colors using Studio Light blending brushes, and with the wet wipe I will remove the excess color from my embossed circles. And as I used Distress Oxide, I just couldn't resist adding some water splatters, as you will soon see. Now for some more background interest, I have used this little stamp which comes from the last year's advent calendar. And with that my background was done and I started coloring my focal image. This flamingo comes from the paper element booklet and I have colored it with my Prismacolors. But also one thing which I did off camera was to glue my bookmark to a black cardstock, and that's something that I will do with all of bookmarks that I will make today. I just think it gives it some kind of clean and finished look. Here I chopped off the tail of my flamingo, but to be honest I'm not sure whether I liked it better with or without it. Anyway, that step is rather optional. Now on to my second bookmark for today. I again am starting with heat embossing. This time I'm using Flower Stack stamp set, and instead of using the embossed images as a resist to my ink, as I did it for the previous one, I decided for this bookmark just to color in my flowers using Art by Marlene watercolors. I did some loose watercolor coloring, added some splatters, and I felt like I need some bold quote for it. So I used the Bold and Bright quote, which comes from the same named collection, and the stamp set is called Frida's Flowers. For this tag you could have also embossed the flowers with the black ink, and that would give also very different but beautiful results. Now for some variety, for my third tag I decided to use Art by Marlene acrylic paints, and I am spreading them rather randomly using a brayer. For adding some extra interest to my background, this time I will be using another stamp set from the Essentials collection called Mixed Media Play. Some of the elements, like these circles and numbers, I will stamp with the black archival ink, while some others in a blue archival ink matching the background. With a pretty background like this, there is not much work left to be done, so I just adhered an image from the Paper Elements booklet and added a quote. Now that was a rather simple bookmark. But for the last bookmark I wanted to show you a fun technique using watercolors. So what I'm gonna do now is use watercolors for stamping the flowers. And just to mention that these flowers come from the Back to Nature stamp set called Wildflowers. You have to be aware that with this technique you won't get crisp images, but if you like more loose style, this is a technique that you might want to try. As you will soon notice, I will be using second generation prints on my background, because I was afraid I will get too smudgy results, but honestly, if you are careful enough and don't press too strong, you can for sure use first generation prints as well. Now, as this was a very busy background, I just wanted to add a bold sentiment And this one comes from the Bold and Bright collection stamp set called Embrace Change. For even more effect, I have embossed this quote and adhered this tag as the previous ones to a black cardstock. And now I have 4 tags, which are different in style, but each of them pretty in its own way. Oh, and I would be curious, which one did you like the best? Anyway, this was all from me today. Wish you a nice day and see you next time. Bye!